Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. This is Lina Jima and this is my corner. Welcome to my corner, yay! Okay, so let's continue to talk about in-law palava. Okay, so when I had my baby, and what I know is that a woman who just had a baby and who is doing exclusive breastfeeding will be hungry by morning. Okay, that was my experience. I don't know about other people. Okay, because I breastfed the baby all through the night. When it is morning, I am hungry. I mean, really, really hungry. So this morning, this was like just the second day. My mother-in-law came to help me with care of the baby, what we call omugo. Okay, so when in the morning, when I woke up, I usually wake up like early, okay? Because nursing mother, you're always waking up. You don't even really get a good sleep. So when I woke up, I every time I wake up, I quickly grab a cup of tea, okay? And that time when you are just nursing baby, they buy you Bonvita or Milo or America's commonly Milo. So I just quickly grabbed a cup of Bonvita and bread and eat it. It wasn't like rich food. Just eat bread and tea, just to hold my body until breakfast will be prepared. Okay. So this was like the third day that my mother-in-law came, and my husband called me and said, "Mama wants her breakfast very early." I said, "Oh, as early as when?" By 8 o'clock. Well, okay. Yeah, I'll try to make her breakfast very early. But I have to take my time. So clock time should not be really attached to it. This was just like a conversation between me and my husband. Okay. I understand. Maybe 10 o'clock is too late for her, or 9 o'clock is too late for her. Okay. I hear, but I'm just barely, this is like, see, the first week I just had a baby. So, and need time to take care of myself. Anyways, I try my best. And then, little did I know what was actually going on. Okay? I'm going to tell it. So, the next day, I find out that, or I was told that Mama did not eat her food, her breakfast that we prepared. I was like, I went to her, I said, "Mama, here, how you didn't eat your food? Is it that you don't like that food? Whatever thing you want, you can let me know so I can arrange it for you." And she goes, "I have every right in my son's house. You have no right to tell me, what to let you know what I want to eat." I didn't know where she was going. I didn't really know that the people before me has had all those kind of trouble. I had a clue though, but I thought mine is going to be different because I really showered her with love. I love her and did everything, well, to the best of my knowledge. Okay, so um, little did I know that she refused to eat that food because, according to her, she saw me eating at 6:30, very early in the morning. So later she told me, she said, "You dare not eat first before your mother-in-law eats. How can you eat before your mother-in-law eats?" I said, "Mama, but I'm not seeing a baby. This is not even real food. I just quickly made tea with hot water. It's not even rich. It's not a rich breakfast. Nobody's making the food for me." Because when she came, all the Christian sisters, that were coming, taking care of me, bringing me food and all of that, they now slowed down. Okay, because she was there, they thought she was coming to really take care of me. So I said, "Mama, it's not like that. I breastfed baby till this morning. I was hungry, so I quickly ate bread and tea." She told me that I can't eat anything until my mother-in-law has eaten. I said, "Well, okay." Then later my husband came back to emphasize the issue of time. She'll serve her food before 8 o'clock. I said, "So which means I have to, I don't know." Because this time I had tears because when I had the baby, I was cut. I was cut, and I was nursing that cut. I was nursing that wound. So I take like 30 minutes to sit on in hot steam. I have to take care of myself. I have to, uh, of course, you know what I mean. I have to take care of myself, and I can't abandon all of that to go and be rushing to prepare breakfast so that breakfast can be set before 8 o'clock. Excuse me. I understand. This time, my mother-in-law was not old. This time, she was probably in her 50s. Okay, so she's an energetic woman. Just probably she's in my age. That time, she was in my age that I am right now. So this again became a big issue because I have to now like rush, be looking at time. Even when I'm breastfeeding baby and I'm looking at time, I have to take the baby off my breast, leave her down, and run to kitchen to prepare food for mother-in-law. I thought she came to take care of me, but no. The thing was becoming, was pissing me off. Was becoming unbearable for me. So that went on too, like that to the extent that, there was one day I asked her, okay, what do you want to eat? And she told me that I have no right asking her. I have no right because she has every right to every food in this house. She can, get her food and all of that. I said, yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So one day like that, I'm going to tell the story of I'm going to tell the story. Okay. One day I discovered that when I cook food, set it up, put it there in her room for her, serve every other person. I discovered one day she didn't eat the food. So I'm like, hey, Mama, what happened? You didn't like the food? The reply I received that day was not a good one. I don't want to say it into details. I just left. And when my husband came, I discovered that each time my husband is coming, because this time I had the baby, I was on maternity leave from my job. So my husband will go to work and come back. When my husband comes back, she will always call my husband aside and tell my husband stuff and tell my husband things. And then my husband will come back to me to start telling me things. Not telling me or asking me something, but my husband will start giving me instruction. Like, this is the time you should set the food. This is how you should set the food. This is the place you should put the food. Every time it keeps coming, when they finish talking, my husband will come to meet me. I want you to be setting her food, at this place in her room. Okay. And then another time, this is that. I said, okay. Then there was one that I was now like, come on now. Come on, my love. What's going on here? Can't you talk to your mother? That we don't do things like this. What did my husband tell me that day? He called me. He just came back from work as usual too. And she called him in. And they talked. And then my husband came and told me to come. Follow him. I followed him. And he went to my shelf where I kept my beautiful dishes, okay? And said, bring down that dish. Bring that one down. I said, for what? He said, that's the dishes Mama like to be served in. So what's wrong with the one I am serving her with? What's wrong with that? These dishes, my mother bought them for me as a gift when I was getting married to you. My mother loaded me with dishes, pots, spoons, plates, all kind of things. What did your mother give us as a gift? Nothing. So what's wrong with, okay, like I said again, my home was a civilized home. I serve food with breakable plate, nice, good dishes that I serve her. food with, and also serve my husband with. Why will I bring down these extra dishes? Why will I switch out the dishes? What's the agenda about these dishes? What's the agenda? But must you always listen to what your mother say? Can't you talk to her? Can't you tell her, hey, mama, there's nothing, these dishes my wife is serving you with is nice. It's nice. That's what is used in civilized homes. Why do you want this other one? What's the reason? For no reason. So, but you know what? My husband wouldn't listen. He wanted me to bring that dish down. Anyway, reluctantly I did. But we quarreled about it. We quarreled before I did, because I told him, you should have my back. We should have one voice. Why will I bring out dishes? At first, I didn't want to bring out dishes. That was when I started having trouble with my husband. Then he'll tell me, I don't want to obey him. You can't be giving me task, that unreasonable task, and you said I should respect you, I should obey you, I should obey that task. It's not done. It's not done that way. Talk to your mom so that we can live in peace. I remember my husband would always tell me that, for us to be peaceful, I have to obey the mother. I have to do what she says. That's where we started having issues. That's where my husband and I began arguments. When we were married up to that time, we never argued one day. That was when our arguments started. People, you want to hear stories? Get ready. I have not started. I haven't started. Anyway, reluctantly, I brought down those dishes, if that is what she wants. But before I brought down the dishes, I served her food that day, okay? Because I was like, what's about those dishes? I'm not bringing those dishes down, okay? I reserve them for like special occasions. That's what we do anyways. So when I served her dinner that night, she didn't eat it. She refused to eat it. Why? Because I didn't obey to bring down those dishes to serve her with those particular dishes that is up on my shelf. She didn't eat. Well, at that moment, I'm like, I'm going to stop begging her to eat my food. So I stay cool. And she will always report to my husband, oh, I didn't eat. I can't eat your wife's food. She didn't obey me. Okay. And you know what? One day, another thing happened. Let's go to the next video. But don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to share this video. People need to hear this story and they need to change. If you are a mother-in-law, you are treating your daughter-in-law wickedly, you have to change. Listen, I know that there are many wicked daughter-in-laws. That's not what I'm talking about. I can't talk about everybody. I'm telling my own story. Like I always say, I'm telling my own story, okay? This is my story. And this is what my mission is, to change mother-in-laws, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws. Is to change them. Is to tell them that remember there is tomorrow. Remember there is the future. That girl you're maltreating now. Remember there is tomorrow. Let's watch the next video where my mother-in-law swear I will pack out of that house. I will no more marry her son. Okay? Happy film.